Hi guys, and welcome to State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 240. It's Publicity helping Bitcoin, and RAKBANK expands with Ripplenet. Now, if you're catching this from live, welcome, and if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you're really up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and that bell so you're notified when we go live. If you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on Discord. Links in the description, guys. So is a link to the articles that we cover here on this awesome stream. Sorry about that, I just hit my glass. Anyways, so are the links that we cover here on this amazing stream. You can also join me on Twitter. Link will pop up somewhere around here throughout the stream. And yeah, you can engage with me there as well. Awesome. So with that out of the way, let's jump on to the news. I just have two articles that I'm going to cover today. They're very brief. So we're really not going to spend a lot of time on them. And then we're just going to move on to technicals, right? Bitcoin's going slightly higher. Again, if you open a position on Bitcoin, I'm glad for you. I did open a position on Bitcoin. I wasn't confident on it yesterday. It's looking a little bit better right now. But again, I'm worried that we're not getting that liftoff that we wanted to get. And we might face some resistance and then potentially break down, right? So the first article. Let's move on to the small screen where we do all the magic. There we go. Now, what is happening? Let's see. What is happening with the world of crypto? Alrighty. So, Bitcoin dips after halving, but publicity is helping. Awesome. This article is from yesterday, to be fair. We do know that the halving event was a very iffy event. We still yet haven't fully gauged the effect that it's going to have on the crypto sphere. And as we can see, well, this article just has a couple quotes that are really good. First one's down here. It says, Bitcoin halving has come and gone as expected. The publicity of the event has given the price a bump. That was written by Craig Erlam, the currency broker at Oanda. And the question is whether that can be sustained. Now, that is something that is very true, right? We were expecting for the price to go down a little bit. The miners have not yet really felt the full effect of the Bitcoin halving event. But they're going to start feeling it, and we might start to see the price go down. Right now, what's keeping us up is the news, the hype, and everything that's going on around the halving. I do believe that could be one of the reasons why we've seen this kind of resistance to go up higher, and we've just been slowly climbing. Today, we had a good day. By the time I was looking at the market, we were up 5%. I'm not sure where it closed. Haven't looked at it. I'm not really that worried about it. Although I have a position open, I opened it at 8,800. I'm waiting for maybe to close it soonish. You know, it's going to depend on how the market moves. But that's about it, right? Bitcoin's really not doing much after that. So, yeah, again, this is the only part of the article I like. It's very short. It's just theoretically the reduction in supply would make Bitcoin more scarce, and thus was the price. Yes, we've seen that happen, right? But that usually happens 10 to 11 months after the halving. So, again, that's one of the possibilities of what could potentially happen with Bitcoin. Right, that after the halving, we do get this price boost. Again, this article is very, very small, very short, right? So that's about it. That's the only things I like about this article, right? Nothing else. So let's move on to the next one. Ripple helps RAKBANK to expand RAK money transfers with Ripplenet. Now, this is from CoinSpeaker. The previous one was from Barron's. This one's from CoinSpeaker. Now, I've never used this source before, or I don't believe I've used this source before. So again, I'm usually trying to be a little bit cautious when I never used the source before. So this one says Ripple Labs is living up to its promise of reducing the sales of XRP to focus on utility and its product market expansion in 2020 and beyond. It was confirmed after RAKBANK announced that it will be leveraging Ripplenet blockchain technology and an instant remittance solution to Bangladesh for free to all its customers until June 30th. Now, Ripple has been at the forefront to oversee the world move towards more instant cross-border payments with reduced friction. There we go. According to a post on the RAKBANK official website, the RAKBANK's RMT service facilitates transfers to Bank Asia accounts within minutes and basically any other bank account in Bangladesh within 24 hours. Now, the announcement of the partnering comes out at a time when the world is seeking for cheaper and faster means to transact. Due to the infectious rate of coronavirus, RAKBANK users can now tap into the latest technology provided by Ripple Labs, and with time, XRP usage might slip in the deal. Now, RAKBANK CEO Peter England said, in line with our strategy of placing your customers' needs at our core, or at the core, This solution empowers the Bangladeshi expats to instantly and securely send money back home to Bangladesh in just a few simple clicks through our award-winning digital banking app with no hidden fees and competitive rates. Now that is key, right? We want to have adoption. Doesn't say yet whether or not they're going to be using the XRP crypto for the transactions, but they are using Ripplenet, thus using Ripple's solution for blockchain, right? That's it for this article. Now, guys, as I've told you, right, we're gonna move on to the technicals part of the stream. So give me one quick second. I'll play this small intro, and I'll be right back. Don't leave. Just a quick intro, and we'll be right back. Right? It's just gonna be time to set up everything here on the side. There we go. Awesome, we are back. Thank you for staying with us, guys. You guys are amazing. Again, if you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub, and follow us on Twitter. Links going out right now. So, what is happening with market cap? Intro play fast enough. I didn't get a chance to fully set up here on the side, but there we go. Market cap bouncing off the 20 again. Good. So yesterday we gained 4.80%. That means 11.49 billion flew into the cryptosphere. Right now, it looks like we're not moving much. 0.07% negative. Actually, zero right now. 0.1, losing 14.05 million, sitting at $250.78 billion. That is a lot of dough in crypto. Now, Bitcoin dominance, it gained yesterday 0.72. Today, still gaining 0.13, sitting at 68.35. Again, Bitcoin had a very good day yesterday. Alts went down a little bit in dominance, but just Bitcoin like really increased in price very nicely. Again, the price of Bitcoin at 9,321.36, slightly green, sitting at zeros. You're like getting just 10 cents right now. But look at this, right? We have been open for a couple hours. We have not moved very much. This is what I'm talking about when I say we're probably looking at resistance, right? We're not getting very high. We're making negative momentum, but we're kind of killing it right now. And yesterday we had very nice gains, 5.67%. I kind of talked about that. I got in here at 8,800. And I was doubtful of my position being open there because it was looking very weak, right? It didn't look like we're going to move much. Now, sorry about, guys, if I'm not looking at chat real quick, but for some reason, the chat's not connected onto my OBS. And I'm going to have to be looking over here on the side a little bit more to catch the chat of YouTube. Anyways, we're not making any kind of divergence here, right? We're still sitting bought on the RSI at 61.56. This negative momentum island, even though it's starting to build and it just has been going on for 4 days, there's nothing that doesn't say that we can start making more negative momentum, right? That's something we have to watch out for. Now, where is Bitcoin at, right? We're hitting again the top of this resistance line that we had traced a while back. Obviously, it's not getting respected very much. I have to adjust it. I think we were using the tops. Maybe I can't remember what we were using for this line on the top, but it was a while back, so I would have to go back and look at that. Anyways, we see that we're hitting that line and rejecting. So again, nothing to worry about there. Getting over the 20 again, hitting that small bounce, which is good. You know, let's go on this other chart. We finally got above the 786, right at 9,087.53, and we knew it was a chance that we could get above that. We just needed Bitcoin to really break through that, and it did today. So again, we're up on this level. We still have 9,567 to break, and after that, we have other resistances. I have them on this chart: 9,650, 10,240, and then we have like over here, way up here, the 100. Sorry, not on this chart. On this chart, at 10,515, we have 100% retrace to the high that we had on February, right? We're hoping we can get that, but right now, again, every time we climb, we can get pullbacks, and that's normal. So not worried about that. I'm worried about whether or not we're going to get this high, right? I believe we could get exhausted and break down. So still yet to be determined, though, right? Let's go into the 4 hours. Again, got this tiny squeeze of the Bollinger Bands. I think we were talking about this yesterday prior to the stream, right? Said, look, man, we're coming in the Bollinger Bands. Probably going to get a squeeze. And we did get a squeeze. It just expanded very quickly, man. I wasn't expecting the Bollinger Bands to expand that quickly. Usually we get a little bit of channeling, right? A little bit of channeling, you know, a little bit of channeling. Here we channeled for a little bit, but then we expanded. And here it was just like a small squeeze and expanded, right? Again, we did say that we're going to have a lot of volatility. And we do have it. Right now we're expanded, so volatility is open. We can expect wild movements to happen, upside or downside. Right now we're topping the upper part of the Bollinger Bands. So there's nothing that wouldn't say that we couldn't come and hit the bottom parts as well, right? So it's something we have to watch out for. Let's see. Where are we at here? 79.13, 81. Alrighty. I don't like this bit, right? I don't like it very much. I'm not saying it's going to happen yet, but it's something that we have developing right now, and we have to point it out, right? So we're going slightly higher. We have a higher on price going to a lower point on the price from a point on the positive momentum, right? Making positive momentum on the MACD, making much more positive momentum right now. So even though we're going to a lower point on the price, we're making more positive momentum, meaning we're weaker, right? We're not as strong as we were before. And really, I would be worried about starting to get this hidden bearish divergence. I could potentially start putting pressure on the price for it to move to the downside. Neutral on the RSI, sorry, not neutral, bought on the RSI at 60.61, but again, very borderline to neutral. Let's go to the 1 hour. Alright, on the 1 hour, right? So from here to here, like we were going slightly higher, and we called it on this chart over here. Sorry, I'll go back to the 4 hour real quick. I didn't chart it on this one, and I want to have it charted just because we've been looking at this chart the most lately. And I just want to know that we talked about this, right, on this chart. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, did we call it? Yes, on this one we call it. No, it's on this one. Why do we not have this? All right, because we hadn't developed it, right? All right, that's it. I looked at this in the morning, and we were developing divergence, right? But I'm not sure. For some reason, I don't have it here, right? I thought I had charted this yesterday, right? Price action to the downside. We did move down, hit the 20. From then on, we bounced, right, on the 20, which is good. So again, the movement to the downside, I do believe I had called this. If I didn't call it on Bitcoin, I'm positive I called it on something, man. Here it is on this Bitcoin chart. See how I missed it on the other one? We had this bearish divergence, right? Action to the downside. See, that's why I usually like to have my charts a little bit, have the same information on a couple of them, because then I struggle to find which one I had it on. So I knew we had talked this divergence, right? We had it on the MACD, we had it on the RSI, right? So again, I'll just put it on this one as well. I hadn't placed it on this chart, but there we go. Action to the downside. We bounced off the 20. From then on, you know, when we get to 20, we've talked about this, right? We test it. If we fall below it, we're looking for lower prices. If we manage to hold it, there's a chance we can catapult to the upside. That is precisely what happened, which is really, really cool. I'm glad that we managed to move to the upside, to be honest, because I have a position open on Bitcoin. Otherwise, I wouldn't care much if I didn't have a position open, because I have it and I want to take quick profits on this. I'm waiting for this move to play out, right? So, bounced at the 20. We knew it was a possibility, like I said. Moving on higher, right? So, do we have divergence? Well, from here to here, I was really hoping I could trace it, but we have this island, and I didn't want to ignore it. So from this island to this island, we're going higher, and from this to here, we're also going higher. So technically, we're not developing bearish divergence yet. So again, this could just be consolidation happening, and we could try to move again to the upside, right? There's nothing that says we couldn't. If we don't move to the upside and we try to move to the downside, we would have to be looking at the 20 for a target, and that would be at 9,167. So not too far from where we're at. Sitting bought on the RSI at 68.87. I'm going to move on to Ethereum. Again, guys, if you like what we do, you know what to do. Hit that like, that sub, and that bell, right? Ethereum on the daily, man. Yesterday it gained 0.29% of market cap. Today's losing 0.67% of market cap. Sitting at 8.77 in total of market cap. Not very much. The price of Ethereum at $198.41. Someone was asking for a movement to the downside, right? Yesterday. I can't remember if it was on Ethereum or it wasn't on Ethereum. Someone said they want to get Ethereum cheaper. That's all I remember. So I said, look, you might be able to. So high, lower, high, less positive momentum, right? Negative momentum, actually, and lower on the RSI. So no divergence. Neutral at 53.01. Don't have anything else to chart on the daily on Ethereum. So let's go to the 4 hour. The 4 hour, right? Make this bullish divergence. Action to the upside. We did reject again, like we said. From then on, we moved again. Reject at the 20. I think we was this yesterday? No, it was a couple days ago. Oh, yesterday we were talking about this rejection and getting squeezed here, right? And we were just barely breaking. I think this is the time frame that we were looking at yesterday 9. So from then on, we just kept on bouncing here, right? What were we using as support? The 50% line. We've already talked about this, right? 50% being at 189.40. Now let me get rid of that. And from then on, we managed to get finally above 193.59, 193.56. Sorry. From then on, we're starting to try to climb again. Here we got a little bit more contraction happening. It wasn't as explosive as with Bitcoin. We're just contracted and expanded. Here we contracted. We contracted for another 4 hour period, and then we just finally expanded, right? So let's see. High, higher, high. More positive momentum higher on the RSI. Let's see against back data. Against back data, again, we can have all of this happening right on this island. Don't matter which point we anchor from, because this is all higher price, and we're going from a positive in this positive, right? It's much less than the positive over here. So I just want to point out that we're having this divergence right now. Look at the other anchor from where it's at, right? And on the RSI, let's see. Let's take the highest point. So we've been somewhere around here, 57, 59.32, 58. So any of these points, right? The highest one was 58. So even from here to here, right? We're going from a higher price to a lower price with more relative strength. So that means we're having also that hidden bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside. We're hitting this candle coming in red, right? That's about it for Ethereum. Let's on the 4 hours. Let's go on to the 1 hour, and we're sitting neutral at 56.52 on the RSI. On the 1 hour, what's happening? Oh, man, let's see. Alrighty. So we called bullish divergence. That happened yesterday on the 12th. It's at 4. From then on, you know, we were flirting with the 20, flirting with this area here. Finally managed to move above right at 3 in the morning at 3 in the morning. Yeah, today. From then on, we just move higher again. But right now, we're going to a higher high with less positive momentum. And we're higher on that relative strength, so we just don't have that divergence there. Have strong bearish divergence against the MACD. That's about it. Moving down, got close to 20. We got a bounce, trying to move down again a little bit, maybe from the divergence that we created on the 4 hours. But on the RSI at 60.89. Let's move on to XRP, man. What is happening with XRP? Yesterday, lost dominance, 2.36%. Bitcoin Jake, how's it going, man? Thank you for joining us. Rocket Moon, yeah, man, it's going slightly higher. I heard you have a long open. I hope it's doing good still. Right now, we're losing a little bit of dominance, right? 0.07, sitting at 3.55% market cap. The price of XRP, 20 cents, 20.153 cents. Where are we at? Rejecting what? The 23.39, right? We talked about that. So again, fair targets. Again, nothing else happening. We have bullish divergence, really not playing out very strong. It is hidden bullish divergence, so it might not be as strong as we would expect. Let's go to the 4 hours. What's happening on the 4 hours? We called this divergence, right? Price action to the downside. That was yesterday. We did move down for one candle. From then on, we managed to hold the 20. I do believe we said the 20 was a support. We just as trampoline move higher again. The rest of the market move higher. On Ethereum and Bitcoin, you can see that we expanded a lot on the 4 hours, right? On XRP, we haven't expanded that much at all. So let's see. So this divergence that we had obviously played out. And we just keep on tracking it, right? I'll keep on building. So again, we still have this hidden bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside. Neutral on the RSI at 49.96. Yeah, just like 30 bucks on 100x, biggest risk of all of the week. Awesome, man. I hope it pays out, man. It went up a lot. I'm not sure what your opening was, but it's sitting at like 9,300, man. So I'm not sure where you opened your position at. Again, what is happening with XRP? We're getting above that 2339, right? Finally. But you know what happened? We ended up pulling back. Why? Because we created divergence, bearish, right? And we created it near a resistance. You closed one this morning at 130 times. Wow, that's pretty good, man. 130% gains is pretty good, man. 69.97, 70.12. Again, going slightly higher. So XRP is having this kind of divergence right now on the 1 hour, right? The strong bearish divergence, moving down, hitting 20, bouncing on it. Right now, starting to hit the 20 again. Let's see if we manage to hold it. I'm not sure yet how strong this hitting the 20 is going to be. I hope we catapult and move above 20 cents. Neutral on the other side, 55.19. On to Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily, yesterday lost dominance 2.39, today's losing 0.59, sitting at 1.11% of market cap. The price of Litecoin at $42.99. What's it doing? Trying to climb. But right now moving down a little bit, not too much. Below 20, negative momentum dying out. Neutral on the RSI at 45.58. We don't have a lot going on with Litecoin, right? So let's go into the 4 hours, see if we can determine something here. I believe what we can look at is just about the same thing that everyone else is having, right? From a higher point to a lower point. Right, and right on, and we can look at the fact that we're going from a low point to a higher point, right? Creating that hidden bearish divergence, potential movement to the downside. So again, we're getting this movement down coming in, nothing to worry about. The rest of the market is doing the same thing. Neutral on the RSI at 47.88. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, right? So from here to here, and here we can trace it all the way from back here, all the way to up there if we wanted to. We're going from here to here, right? Creating that bearish divergence. We wouldn't have it on the MACD even in the short term. So from here to here, we're going higher. From here to here, we're also going higher on the RSI. So just on the MACD, neutral on the RSI at 52.42. Strong bearish divergence, potential movement to downside. We moved down, broke below 20 briefly, bouncing from there. Let me see if I didn't miss this one out on XRP. Yes, I did. Wow, because I wasn't looking at the previous island, right? I was looking at the immediate island. So we're going from a high point to a lower point. Again, creating that strong bearish divergence. And let me see if I didn't miss this on Ethereum. On Ethereum, I believe I might have not. 55.73 on Ethereum, we didn't miss it. I just missed it on XRP, that's it. Right, so strong bearish divergence, moving to the downside, we're getting it. Neutral on the RSI, as I said, at 52.42. That's about it for Litecoin. Now let's go to Binance. What is happening with Binance on the daily? Yesterday we lost dominance, 2.07. Today we're losing 0.50, sitting at 1% of market cap. The price of Binance at $16.15. Again, rejected the 20, right now starting to move down. Negative momentum starting to die out a little bit. Neutral on the RSI at 50.30. 50.30. Nothing else going on there. Let's go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we're worried about divergence developing here. Now, I do have something that came over here from the 1 hour chart, so I'll just send it back there real quick. How can I tell? Because it makes no sense where the lines are at, right? It's just floating lines. Fatty, how's it going, man? No bearish divergence. Yeah, I'll go back to Bitcoin, man. I can't remember if I called something on bearish divergence. We do have it on other coins, right? Here we had bearish. We moved down again as expected, right? That was at 11 right after the stream. As you can tell afterwards, right, this 4 hour candle. Right now we kept on tracking. We kept on moving up, making more positive momentum. So again, this divergence still on tracks, and we don't have it on the other side. So neutral at 53.78. We're starting to get this movement to the downside. Let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we call that bearish divergence as well. We were here on the stream, right? From then on, look, we moved down right on the bearish divergence. Not too low, though. Managed to bounce because the market was bouncing. And also on the fact that we seem to have developed hidden bullish. Right, hidden bullish, going from here to here, and from here to here, right? Hidden bullish divergence. We would also have it on the RSI. Action to the upside, got that nice movement up. Going more positive momentum, right? We did make a very, very brief positive momentum island. I should ignore it because it's just one island, and we could track it from here to here. Look, we could track it from here to here, and then if we wanted to in 2 steps, from here to here, right? Or you can track it all in one step. It just depends on how you want to play this out. It still happens. It could just be one straight line all the way to there, or just having 2 lines. We're creating strong bearish divergence, moving to a downside. I'm doing it in 2 parts because actually I can do it in two parts in all of them. I was gonna say we didn't have it on the RSI, but we do have it. So again, we're creating this divergence again, strong bearish action to the downside, starting to move down below the 20. Seems that we're trying to get above it and bounce from it, but yet to be determined, right? We're seeing indecision right now, sitting at 0%. That's it for Binance. I'm going to go back to Ethereum, or sorry, to Bitcoin to address Fatty's question. Look, Bitcoin, right? Not this chart, this chart. Or this chart. Nah, this chart is the one we were looking at. Let's go to the daily, right? Again, we don't have anything. We're hitting a resistance that we had. That's about it. Right, this upsloping line that we had, that we used to have support before. And we don't have anything else. We're just bought at 61.83. On the 4 hours, right? We had divergence. This is from the 1 hour. Fudge. Fudge sickles. Fudge sickles. There we go. On the 1 hour. There we go. Alright, what I'm worried about here is this long-term divergence, right, from the previous island to this island. We're making positive momentum here at 79.56. We're making positive momentum here at 83.95, meaning we're going much higher on that positive momentum. We're going from a high to a lower high. Again, this is hidden bearish, so there's a chance it might not play out. We're still making this positive momentum. We could still go on climbing here, right? And this would have to get above, what was this high? 10,000, right? For us not to have this divergence. Will it do it? I'm not sure yet, man. I wasn't really sure that Bitcoin was going to pump. I was worried about my position being open yesterday. I'm kind of glad I didn't close it. As you can tell, as I told you guys, I did end up getting in at 8,800, and I was worried because I was seeing that we might not go up, and we had resistance in the 1 hour, right? So on the 1 hour, we called this resistance, right? And I was worried that we were going to go much lower. We managed to hold it. We managed to hold it 20, and bounce there. And I was a little bit relieved of that when I woke up this morning, that I hadn't triggered my alert at 8,800. You know, from then on we just moved up, right? Again, we talked about this divergence yesterday, so we're going higher, right? Nothing to call there. We do have this island here. If you want to be extremely bearish and you wanted to ignore this, which I wouldn't, you would go from here to here and go from like this point at 26.06 all the way to this point at 25.72, right? And say, look, I'm going from a high to a lower high. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm just pointing it out in case you guys want to do that. I'm looking at this, already played out, moved to a downside, hit the 20 beautifully. We bounced at the 20. We know something that can happen. Right then, we managed to make a higher high, making more positive momentum than the previous island. So we're clear, right? This is like a stop and start over again. And then we went slightly higher with more positive momentum. I'm worried now that if we manage to go higher, we can probably get here at 9,400-ish. Go slightly higher here, right? But not higher than the previous high on the positive momentum, so less positive momentum. And then have that strong bearish divergence and potentially break down, right? That's something, because we would probably not also, we would also not get this overbought on the RSI at 77.53. That's something that's worrying me right now. And on the 1 hour, we're overbought at 71.46, in case I hadn't called it on Bitcoin earlier. No bearish. Again, I had this article at the beginning. It says that it could be pumping or going on. Just fumes, right? The publicity is helping, right? Publicity on Bitcoin halving. It is a scarce resource. It could go in price afterwards. But right now, like I said, we're probably not getting the full effects of the halving yet. We have not seen the full effects that it's having on the miners. And once the miners start being affected, they're going to have to sell their stocks or some of their stocks of Bitcoin and see where it goes from there, right? I do believe we could see a price action to the downside. Right now, like I said, we're probably going on fumes of the hype of what's happening with the halving. But that will be it. Right now, I don't have any technicals that are suggesting something to the downside besides what I pointed out in the 4 hours, right? And I do believe we were hitting a resistance on this chart, right? I think we got above the whatever this was, the 786 at 9,087. Right. So in theory, we could come up here to 9,500. If we get that high, I'm almost positive that we're not gonna have that. If we get this high, we're probably gonna make more positive momentum, and we're not gonna create that divergence that we were looking for, right? That's a possibility. I'll play something else here. Usually I don't eat prior to the stream because I get like tired sometimes. Today I had dinner before the stream. For me, it's really late, and I usually have really late dinners, but man, it's really making me feel like I'm like, I don't know, sleepy. Man, dinner pre-stream, probably not a good idea, man. I usually avoid it, but today I was super hungry. Now, I'm gonna go look at something else. South Exchange. Yeah, I just put very little Bitcoin in there, right? Like some very, very small amount of money. Mainly because I want to get my position open on DVT, right? I told you guys. I'm not sure if I should get in here at 4.3. It has been lower, right, in the past couple days. This is on the 11th. On the 11th, we were at 3.5. So going from 3.5 to 7 would have been really good. You're at your 110% of your DVT HODL goal. Awesome, Bitcoin Jake. That is amazing, man. So listen, guys. If DVT goes to $1, Bitcoin Jake is going to be a millionaire, man. Congrats, Bitcoin Jake, for getting to your long-term goal or short-term goal on DVT, man. I'm just probably going to buy like $20 worth of it. That's about it. That's all I'm willing to risk on this right now. I'm trying to get in earlier. I had an order open. I closed it because I had it at 4.1. And right now I'm not confident that this is going to bounce because we have not been able to get above 5.5. The spread right now is not that big, right? We're like 4.4, 4.5, and then it goes to 5.4. So it just got very close. If it was all the way to 5.4, it would be over a percentage that I would get something good here, right? HODL goals, and you get... HODL goals, you get and forget. Awesome. I hope you don't forget the password, man. Z password. Otherwise, you're going to be screwed. But again, DVT is an asset that I'm probably looking forward to getting into. I joined their Discord. I'm trying to see if I can go in here. Again, I'm looking for that entry. And I'm looking more to trade it than to HODL it long term, right? Again, the only HODL experiment that I have going on right now is XRP, and I don't want to have any other HODL experiment going on, man. Right now, I'm taking a hit on XRP, like I said, and it's dumb, and I'm feeling really dumb for just having that HODL there, man. I'm not feeling dumb for HODLing XRP. I'm just feeling dumb because I'm not trading it, and I could have gotten out at a really good position on that HODL and bought back in again at a lower price. And again, that's usually when I said, like, man, why am I HODLing, man? Why am I doing this experiment? Of course, I could have been making more profit if I wasn't HODLing that bag, because my trade bag is making more profit than my HODL bag, and that's just not good, man. Right? So right now, I could tell you guys that HODLing is not the best strategy, at least for me. For you, it might be working. For me, it's still one of those, oh, man, why did I do that, man? I should have gotten out at XRP on September 2018 when it hit that 80 cents or 70 cents, and I was in, man. I was in there, and I was like, man, I should have gotten out. I got a little bit greedy. I thought it was gonna go higher. I didn't execute my plan. That was my trade though, also, right? Because my HODL buy, I wasn't touching it, and I should have gone out at 80 cents. I'd still take a profitable trade, but I got greedy thinking I was gonna go to $1, and I didn't exit where I wanted to. I didn't put a good stop loss, right? It just went up real high and it just went down. XRP, you never touched it. Or you never touch it. Yeah, man, I don't mind it, man. Look, it does something. It has a purpose. So that's about it. Call rewards for each 25,000 you HODL every 30 days. Yeah, I know you get like 25,000 on DVT for HODLing. I think if I was to put all that I have in right now, I would probably get like 100K DVT. Right? So, did you sell at $1? That might be my question. Bitcoin Jake saying that he rode ADA from 0.03 cents to $1 last all season. My question is, did you sell at $1? How much were you holding, man? How much were you holding? Yeah, awesome, man. How much were you holding of ADA, man? If you don't mind me asking, I mean, you might be private information. I really. Just in case you want to disclose it, I just want to know how much profit you took on that, because it would seem like it would have been a really good profit. $30 to 1,000. Ah, it's still good, man. You know, in a matter of 2 weeks, that's pretty sweet. Right now, I'm trying to get an in, man. Look, what I want to do is diversify a little bit. I noticed that in this exchange, South Exchange, there's a lot of small coins, man. Now, I'm not advocating for South Exchange. I don't get paid for looking at their screen or anything. I just genuinely, I'm a user. I just registered like 2 days ago. And I want to put like a small cap, basically use this for like small value cryptos. So that, I noticed that a lot of stuff that's here, it's like high risk because they're just very, very tiny. You can buy a big position for very few sats or very few cents or even fractions of cents, like in the case of DVT, right? Or you can buy like with like, I think it's like $40. With $40, you can buy like 100,000 DVT, man. They list a lot of underground projects. Yeah, man. Look, I'll tell you what the problem is that I have here, right? They have a lot of mainstream cryptos too. Yeah, they have a few main cryptos, right? Like Bitcoin, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Doggy, Litecoin, you know, USD Tether, I believe, or some kind of US dollar crypto. But again, looking at this right now, my problem here with small cap crypto projects is that they're they can be highly manipulated. You could be a Telegram group of people coming in here and like buying on the market, like make this go up to like 12, 13, 15 sats, and then just like dump on people, right? So again, that's just something that I'm like worried about here when I go into this like small projects that you have to be watching your back a lot more, right? So yeah, that's just something that I'm worried about. Also, like, look, I left the position open at 4.1. It didn't get to 4.1, but there have not been a lot of trades happening, right? At 10 p.m., right, since we started stream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades only. So, like, the liquidity of the asset's not there yet. So, taking a position, you maybe want to exit and you can't. And you're just gonna take a hit, man. That's something I'm like worried. Like that's something that worries me, right? Not being able to like get out of a project when I want to, and have to wait for someone to be willing to buy where I'm at because there's not much liquidity yet there with that asset. Now that is something that you guys should watch out for if you're trading crypto. There's some small projects that are small cap that are cheap to get into, right? That's why I don't mind putting some amount of money in it. Now the problem that I have is that it could go down really quickly, man. It could go downhill very, very quickly, man. And that's just like trying to imagine if you have a million like Bitcoin Jake. Yeah, I know high risk can be high reward, Bitcoin Jake. I'm not saying it isn't. But imagine you had a million of these tokens. It's at $1 and you want to liquidate it. And there's only like 10 trades happening, right? And it drops to like 50 cents. You cannot liquidate because no one's willing to buy at $1, right? And just like the fact that I left it open there, look, it like the market was really weird today, man. I had to go into Bitso, place my order. I actually bought it on Ethereum, so I had to buy Ethereum. It took like a long time for my Ethereum order to fulfill, and I wasn't putting it that much lower below market price. I just didn't want to get the taker fee. It took a while for it to fulfill. After it fulfilled, I sent it here on Ethereum. I noticed that Ethereum does not list it here, but I didn't want to send it on Bitcoin because I was going to get a higher rate charged. So I had switched. I sent it on. It's $1. You're only selling like 10,000, and I sent my money here. It took a while for that Ethereum transaction to clear, and then after I got it here, I was able to get into Bitcoin. Now, I don't believe these guys are listing XRP. Yeah, they don't have XRP. Otherwise, I would have said XRP because I noticed I looked before I did that, and they don't have XRP listed. If it's $1, you're only selling like 10,000. All right. Yeah. I'm not saying like, but imagine selling 10,000 of those coins at $1, and there's not that demand to meet what you need for you to be able to sell, right? Meaning people are not buying at that dollar. Now that is the problem, man. Anyways, guys, if you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub. We talk about crypto, we talk about markets, we talk about strategies. So if you want to talk about something about that, like that with us, let us know and we'll talk about that. Anyways, after DVT, I'm gonna move on to gold, silver, and markets, stocks, and oil mainly. And then we're gonna call it a stream. Right now we're looking at DVT. Yeah, a year from now. Wait till it hits a major exchange. Yes, I don't doubt it, man. My question is, are they going to get listed on a major exchange? Right? Because a lot of the projects don't get listed on major exchanges. I'm not saying they're not gonna. That's why I'm going to put like a good amount here, man. Look, if I put 100,000 of these coins, DVTs, it's like $40. It's not a lot. If it goes to $1, I'm probably going to sell 100,000 of it, man. Or maybe I'm going to sell half of my position, man. I'll secure 50,000, leave the rest to know who knows what, and look for another project to invest in, man. Like, that's probably how I would play it. That would be probably my strategy. Like, going from like $40 to like 50,000, it's good enough gains, man. No need to get greedy, at least in my book, and securing half of that would be good enough, and move on to something else. Anyways, guys, I'm going to move on to, I think we've talked about DVT for a little bit now. This is a project, like I said, I'm looking to get into. You don't have to get into it, and I mean, I just looked at it because it seems interesting. The one of the co-founders, has anyone heard of Kin? Yes, Kin had a lot of problems, man. They're active on GitHub. Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, I know they're active on GitHub, and that's something that's good because you can see that there's work being done. Fatty, sorry, man. Kin is in a lot of trouble, man. They came out with a chat. They had their Kinet or whatever it's called, and they're like in the dip end, man. They're taking big hits. I think they even have a lawsuit going on. Right, the SEC is after them, right? Check that out. So I knew they had some problems. I couldn't remember. So watch out for that, right? Their platform was called Kick. Right? They violated the Securities Act of 1933, right? Failed to register as a security. They're basically being considered as security. So they are having problems. I'm not sure if I would go near them, man. But yes, I heard of them. I even had their chat app, or their their small app, and you could answer like questions every now and then, and you would get like free Kick or Kin. But I'm out of that, man. As soon as they started to have problems, they separated the chat. I think they sold the chat app, and I'm not sure they've been able to really get it back in, right? So Kick for the Kin project, right? But that's just my take on Kin, man. What is happening with oh man, something's hurting here on my side. Looking real quick at gold and silver. But yes, Fadi, if you have another question regarding Kin, I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities. Like I said, I wouldn't be going near it right now. I think they have big problems. What happened with silver, man? We hit where we talked about. Top here again. We rejected. Right now, we're hitting the top part again. We're rejecting. We have not been able to get above the 15% at $15.69. You heard about $1,000. You had about $1,000 in Kin. You got out. Did you make good profit on that? Again, moving down right now. That's it. Like, it's not doing much, man. Silver is just boring. 0.46% to the downside. $15.46. What's happening with gold at 1,712? Has it moved up? Yes, man. It moved up yesterday again. We talked about it being above or going above 1,704. I'm glad right now we're moving down again. That 20 simple moving average is right at 1,704.08, which is right where we had our 100%. 1,704.47. So very, very close to it. Again, if we move to the downside, we have a lot of support. From there, we could try to catapult to a higher price. What's happening with the markets? S&P going down 50 points. They had divergence? Yes, barely. Yeah, we could say it did yesterday, right? So we could say we moved sideways here, and we just opened up here, right? So we created a kind of bearish divergence, right? A type 2 bearish divergence. Potential action to the downside. Euro 400 in profit. All right, that's pretty sweet, man. I didn't get to use it that much. I think I got in very late into Kin, And for me, it was just not that good of an experience, right? Their chat wasn't working good internationally, right? Or their platform for surveys or whatever it was, I can't remember. So for me, it was just like something that I didn't really stay much into. Look, we were talking about divergence, right, on Nikkei. And I'm not sure if we had it in the end. 136, 101. Yeah, we did hit it. We did get it. Moved down from there. We gapped down, opened up, and moved up. But again, lost 99 points, right? Toronto down 377 points. Do we have divergence? No, we didn't have divergence here. It just went below the 20, man. Again, going lower in the RSI, sitting neutral at 49.68. London, we had divergence. We moved down a little bit, right? We still managed to lose 70 points. Not a lot. But again, that strong bearish divergence we have there. Let me look at the Dow. What's happening with the Dow? We had divergence, action to downside, tried to get a bounce, failed, moving down below the 20 as well. Losing 516 points. US 30 losing right now 15 points. Remember how we said we gapped up? I think we gapped up, and by the time we were doing the stream yesterday, this was green. That's what, guys, we were probably going to touch the 20 and see if we test it, and we rejected the 20, so we moved down, right? We're moving lower. Again, on the bearish divergence that we had before, because we're not creating anything else since. Oil, real quick. Guys, by the way, I'm going to ask you this. You can type out your answer slowly, or however you want to type it. But I know you guys keep on coming back, right? Fatty, I've seen you here almost every night. Bitcoin Jack, I know you come here almost every night as well. I'm not sure who else is watching. We have a couple people. But what do you guys like about this channel? I want to know, what is it about this channel that you guys like? I'm curious, because I want to keep on doing what you guys like. And, because then I might be able to get more people to come in, right? So I want to grow the channel still. And I'm really curious as to what do you guys like about the channel? What do we have with oil? Again, divergence breaking down, right? I've not been doing much. Again, this kind of getting muted. We haven't hit the 20 yet. Lost very little. Like 13%, 0.13% yesterday. This one also down, like 0.30 cents yesterday. So, yeah. Gaining very little, 0.20. West Texas gained a little. We created divergence. We're hunting for this divergence. Thank you, Spotty, for your ads and your awesome free music, right? Let's play that. See how it goes. Alright, so we're creating this divergence. Action to the downside. We got it today. Very little. 0.42 cents. So almost negligible movement to the downside. That's it for this, man. So Bitcoin Jake, I'm real, yes. Focus more on my charts and stuff at start of the video and ignore chats until the end. Alright, that's cool. I mean, part of the reason that I'm doing the charts is so that if you guys have questions, we can address them as I'm doing the chart. And right now, it's not at a point where the chat is unmanageable. But if a lot of people start to come in and there's a lot of stuff that goes on the chat, it can get really busy. And if you don't address the stuff when it's happening, you have to like scroll to like very, very long chat to try to find something. And then you just like might have missed on people's comments. So I'll try to focus a little bit more on the charts and at least wait until the end of that asset to look at the stuff, you know. My knowledge is great, and I'm also an ordinary guy that's into his traditional stocks and crypto, yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for listening to the stream. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for your comments. That's very valuable, right? Feedback is always good. Twitter's going out right now if you want to follow us there. And let's see what else. I think that's about it, man. I mean, yeah, I'm a regular person, right? Trying to figure out what else, man. What have we touched on? I think we just went through what we usually go on the stream, right? But yeah, thanks Bitcoin Jake and thanks Fatty for the feedback. And like I said, man, I'll try to ignore a little bit of the comments until the end. Also, I don't want to be doing a lot of circling back towards a particular asset. Sometimes when I need to reference my videos to myself, when I need to find information when I look back, because I also like look at the previous calls that we made. it's easier for me if I talk about one asset and then move on to the next, and then don't go back to that asset. If I have to be circling back and forth, then I probably looked at it at the beginning of the stream, then I looked at it in the middle of the stream, and then at the end of the stream. It's just really painful to like go hunt for that small piece of information that I have to find. And sometimes if the stream's like at an hour long, sometimes I don't have an hour on the day just to look back to try to find that information. So I just have to sit here and like listen to the stream, and then if I'm working, I just miss it, right? Yeah. Yeah, man, that works, man. That seems like it could work, right? I was trying to tell you why I did it and why I looked at the chat. Or at least I try to greet you guys as you guys come in and say hi as well, right? But yeah, man, I'll do the charts, and then towards the end, I'll see if there's any questions regarding that. Give a couple like seconds talk, and then move on to the next thing, right? Again, look, DVT is something I'm trying to get into. I have their website open. I'm really trying to gauge what they're doing. I joined the Discord, had a very small chat today with one of the co-founders of the project. I have not been able to discuss it in detail. Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, look, it's going through the charts, right? So not a lot of distraction. For me, it's actually good to know that there's people watching, because sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to myself. So, and then it's true, man. Sometimes when there's like zero chat, it just feels like I'm talking like a monologue, and I'm just talking to myself. Like there's no interaction, no conversation. What's happening? Like Devolve, man. I joined their Discord, and I'm in there right now. I have a very small chat with one of the co-founders. It was a pretty cool chat. It was just very brief. I haven't talked a lot about the project yet. I do want to get a little bit more feedback. He said I can ask any questions. He's going to be 100% transparent. So I really want to sit with him and talk about the project, see what they're doing, what they're aiming to do, what their growth plan is, what their expansion plan is for this project. And yeah, man, I do believe they could have something interesting, man. Yeah, they seem like they're good people, man. I just on the brief exchanges that I had with them here on the chat and on the Discord, they seem like they're like pretty cool guys, man. Again, I'm not advocating for the project, right? I'm not getting paid by them to talk about the project. Bitcoin Jack actually brought the project onto the stream. I looked at it. It seems interesting. It had some very good gains a couple days ago, right? It sucks that I cannot do a lot of stuff here with the charts. They've taken a hit before, right? So if you look at this and you go way back, here on the 22nd of February, they did hit like 20 odd sats, like 27 sats. And from then on, they just started to go downhill a little bit. I haven't looked farther back. I'm not sure when they got listed. I'm not really looking for information farther back right now. Particularly because I cannot change it from the 60 to the 1 hour. It is a chart that's being done by TradingView, but I don't have... Oh, here it is. I couldn't find it earlier. So on the daily, look at this, man, right? When it started way up here on 2019. From then on, it just went downhill. And this should have been the February peak, I think. Yeah, February, right? Got all the way up there. From then on, you know, seems like it wants to get a bounce. It did get a good high, right? From here, man, at like, what was it, like 2.3 sats? All the way to almost 8 sats, right? That would have been a pretty good gain. I would have been happy with that. That's why I'm waiting for this to go like 3.5 again, see if we touch it before this rallies. And I have to do technicals on this, right? I wasn't able to find a lot of stuff. Like, I need to put the indicators as well, like Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, there we go. What else do we look at? RSI. And MACD. Alright, so you can tell, we do have stuff going on. I just don't like the chart that's too small, right? Now, as you can tell from here to here, we're going to a lower point. And now, this is on the daily, right? We're creating this hidden bearish divergence, right? That could put pressure on the asset to the downside. We would also have it on the RSI. I didn't do the technicals here because I was struggling to get stuff back on. I can't remember how I did it last time I placed stuff here. That's on the daily, right? Now, on the 4 hours... On the 4 hours, I don't have anything that's worrying me right now here. We're going higher with more positive momentum going down. And then on the 1 hour, we did have divergence. As you can tell, I called this one out. I think I told you about this one. From there to there and from there to there, right? Again, not having it here, but creating this bearish divergence, action to the downside. From then on, we just started to move down. And I was worried that this was going to go much lower, and I was going to get a good in. But right now, it seems to be bouncing around that 4.4. and I really want to get into this project, man. But man, I really want to get in at a good value, man. It has been hitting lower places. I'm worried that I'm going to get in, and this is just going to go down right now because I don't have a good read on the project. I don't have a good read on this market for DVT. So that's something that's really worrying me, right? That's a legit thing that's worrying me right now with this project in particular, that it has been lower recently, not that far off, right? On the 5th, on May the 1st, it was sitting at 2.2, 2.3. So again, getting in at 350 would be a good area, right? A bounce from 2 to there, it wouldn't be that bad. But getting it at 4 and going to 2 would be missing half. I mean, it's just $10 that would be missing. It's not a lot, but still, man, I don't want to lose money. I'm in here because I want to make money, not lose money, right? And I guess a lot of us are here because of that. So I really want to get a good in here, man. Would I miss an opportunity if this goes higher? Yes, but right now I have a technicals that's saying potential movement to the downside. Overbought on the RSI, right? Overbought at 62.81. Now, are we going higher, man? See, I hate this because it's just so... I got to do a lot of tweaking here. Just so I can look at the stuff properly. And then it's just like, whenever I leave and come back, it's not saved, man. So it's a little bit painful to do analysis here. 63, 62, so slightly lower. Again, moving more or less sideways. That's not good, right? Sideways motion, and we're diverging a little bit. They'll be creating bearish divergence, medium bearish divergence, potential price action to the downside also, right? If I was to look at this on this chart and just take this as a flat line, like I said, right? And then go from a high point to a lower point, right? If I wonder if their new site might... Oh, that is the new site. Yes, this is the new site, man. This is a new South Exchange site. But it's not saving the stuff, right? Yesterday, I took a picture of this. I know I put it in Discord. And when I came back in, it wasn't there, man. So again, this chart is not on the actual TradingView chart, although it's powered by TradingView. This is not an exchange that is being considered here, and I know because if you type something, you can type all exchanges here. You're not going to be able to see it right now on the screen, but if you have TradingView, you have your search bar off the side, you type something, you go all exchanges, and it'll show you all the exchanges that are out there. And therefore, crypto you'll list, but South Exchange is not here. That's why the charts from there are not going onto TradingView. You wonder if that's something you can request from them and email this video to them. To whom? To TradingView or to South Exchange? I think right now it just signed me out. So if I were to refresh this, both, yeah, maybe, man, I could try. I'm not sure. Yeah, I could try and send them something, right? Not a problem. I have heard of very little things here. I do like the exchange. It's an exchange that has a wallet. Sorry, not a wallet. It has a lot of wallets, but it has faucets, man. And not a lot of exchanges have faucets. They can come in here and claim. It kind of sucks because it tells me I can only claim once, once my account is 7 days old. And look, even though it's not a lot, they do have like 695 DVTs. You get like 1.44 DVT from claiming here on the faucet. See, it already signed me out, so I'm not going to sign in right now. But there's a couple of small cryptos that you can get something small, right? Yeah, I get it, man. It's a small exchange. Yeah, it's small projects exchange. I wonder if this exchange charges the projects to get listed, because I know some of the exchanges charge the projects a lot of dough, man, even like $25,000 or more to get listed, right? So it kind of sucks that, that there is certain things that I would guess you would have to pay, right? They need to do a due diligence on the project, etc., and certain security aspects that they probably have to go through, and that costs the exchange money. So if this is just a recovery fee, that's pretty cool. Plus all the back work they have to do to actually program and set up the trading pairs and just place it into the exchange and put liquidity into the market, all that, right? So again, there is something that has to go into it, but I'm not 100% sure why a lot of the exchanges are charging so much, right? Faucet balance is reset too. for more very often, like 2+ DVT. Okay. Maybe faucets are recommended to new projects. Maybe, man. Maybe. Someone is funding that faucet for sure, man. It's either the project or the exchange that's putting the money for that faucet. And it wouldn't be surprising for me if the faucets were being requested to the crypto creators to put them in there, right? So again, the faucets are probably coming from the crypto creators, right? From the people that are making the project, right? The project has to probably put that money up so you can claim your faucet. But again, this is South Exchange. Again, I'm going to try to use it. Yeah, you can look at their DAO funding. Yeah, I can look at their DAO funding. South Exchange or the Vault. On DVT? Alright. I mean, I would look at that offline for sure. But I'm not going to hunt for information right now. Initial exchange listings, right? 80%. Electrum, 100%. Wallets, 90%. I do got to get my wallet for them, though. The Vault Online, 10%. Alright, cool. Alrighty. I do also want to get their. I was talking about you about this the other day, man. I want to get their. I want to set up a node, but I gotta get some funding first from them or for them. Sorry. So I need to get like at least 25,000, I believe you said, coins and stake them there. Look, I like the project. It just there has not been a lot of movement in the exchange, right? That's something that worries me a little bit, right? Like not being able to liquidate positions when I want to, or having to liquidate them and then just gotta eat through this very quickly. Another Spotify ad. I believe there was one at 4.4, but again, someone this position is very stupid, man. Like some people believe that if they do this, you'll look at here and you say, "Oh, the spread is off, man." This gets eaten by a small trade, man. Like 1.43 DVTs is nothing. There's someone trying to cash out quickly, and the spread will still be there at 5.4. But just there's not been trades or any trades, right? Again, at 10 p.m. there were not a lot of trades, and I'm really not gotten to where I want to go in at. That's just not what I'm looking for, right? I want to get in at a lower price. I'm going to have to wait on this a little bit more. Although I am excited for the project and I want to get into the project, I just got to wait for this, right? Discord DM. All right, cool. You sent me something on the DM Discord. Excellent. Let's look at this. Don't switch. Bitcoin Jake. The Vault. Economy Project. The Vault. All right, cool. I'll open that. Seems legit. What is this? The Vault proposals. All right, cool. Sorry about that, I got something in my throat. Alright, all. Excellent. So, I guess these are the proposals. So, lost. Unnamed exchange listing. As for 1 million, the Vault. So, so probably they're asking for about $1,000, I guess. Not approved votes. Okay, disapproval. Okay, so a lot of votes on disapproval. 19 million votes disapproved. Pre-peaking trading contest. Alright, I'm not sure what that was, but we'll look at that later. Marketing, sponsorship for digital influence. Not approval votes. Alright. Third meetup universities. Okay. Reduced coin inflation. Increased. Now new exchange listing. I'm not sure what exchange that is, but they won that, and they're gonna probably get listed there, so that's good, I guess. That was 7 months ago. The Vault, DAO restructuring, faucet, yay! I'm wondering where this faucet's at. I'm not. Sorry, it's lost. Lost. One. Okay, cool. That other exchange, did we lose it? 901. Okay, cool. Development bonus startup. Graphics listing. Oh, they're in Graphics. Okay, cool. I guess right. Yeah. Lost and won, man. They lost some and won some, right? So Bulk exchange. All right, GrabBank's listing. They want it. That's good. I was trying to find South Exchange here. I just didn't see it on the quick look through. GrabBank's listing adjustment proposal. All right, so that's cool, I guess. Default, shorten sponsorship, increase Nano exchange. Unless this Nano is South Exchange, I don't believe I seen it when I went through. Right. Second down, top left. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nope. 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 Again, probably missed it, man. Left. All right. I'll go to 1. I should just make it easier, right? Second, is it the one that says Nanu? This one? I'm not sure, bro. I can't find it. Top right. This one. This one. Pre-packaging South Exchange. All right, cool. But it just says the contest, man. It doesn't say the listing though. I was looking for something like this. Where was it? The Nano here. Nano Exchange listing. It got voted to 1, so they're gonna probably list there. But I was looking for something that said this, like South Exchange listing, right? I know here it says like peaking trading contest South Exchange. Right. Yeah. Maybe, man. Maybe this other one they got listed at. I'm not sure which Nano exchange that is, but that's fine, man. Anyways, it's pretty cool that they have this out. Anyways. Yeah, I guess it's going to be it for tonight, guys. I mean, pretty cool stuff. We talked about crypto. We talked about markets. See, that position already got eaten up. The one that was at 4.5. So now the spread is at like 0.11, like 1.1, which is not that bad, right? It's a good spread. I'm not sure if you should cover your exchange fees. It probably should. It's over like 1%, so it probably should, right? So this you could just buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, and like probably make some good profit. Anyways. Guys, that's going to be it for tonight, I guess. Thank you for watching. This is Still Crypto. I'm your host, Martin. It's been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. This awesome Wednesday night. Tomorrow, man. Tomorrow's going to be good. Tomorrow's Thursday. Weekend's almost upon us. Thank you for joining us again. This is your house of Still Crypto. If you like what we do, hit that like, that bell, and that sub. Again, like I said, that's going to be all for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the State of Crypto. I'll let you know as soon as I open my position on DVT, if I am able to open the position where I want to. And I'll also let you know what my play is going to be on Bitcoin, because right now I'm not really looking for an out, man. Maybe 9,000 would be a good out and take that like very small profit, but I'm not sure yet where I'm going to place my stop loss or my take profit on Bitcoin. Right, so that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Again, thank you for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of State of Crypto. Until then, stay cool,